This is Lakeview Farm. There's approximately 4,500 acres of tillable ground. We're standing next to pivots. We irrigate about 1,200 acres. The soil types are conducive to corn, cotton, and soybeans. I grew up on a farm in Iowa, and so it's in my DNA. After graduating from college, went to work for Cargill and finished up the last 8 years of my career as the president of Cargill Cotton. Got around 11,000 acres of tillable ground and have been investing in land the past 10, 11 years.
When you invest on a local level, when you look at a piece of property, what are the 3 most important factors that you're looking for in any piece of farmland?
Well, the three most important factors are the soil, what diversity of crops you can grow. The second factor is water. This particular farm happens to be right along the Mississippi River. To me, the major factor of success is finding the right producer. And we have Scott Fullen here, whose family farms this farm, and he certainly is the right producer.
Tell me a little bit about Mid-South Family Farms and how y'all came into being and where you've grown over the past 15 years or so.
I'm a 3rd-generation farmer in West Tennessee. My grandfather started, then my father, and that I've been farming since I got out of college. We farm about 24,000 acres, have 4 locations, one here right close to Memphis, one in Lauderdale County, Tennessee, McNairy County, Tennessee, and then Coahoma County, Mississippi.
How many employees do y'all have overall?
About 40.
Where do you see your business growing over the next 5 to 10 years?
We think that we'll grow by 2020 to about 50,000 acres.
Can you talk to me a little bit more about some of the procedures y'all have in place or what you do differently than, say, your typical 2,000-acre farmer?
Well, I think the biggest thing we're doing differently is that we're looking at it as a business, and even more like a manufacturing business than a farm.
What sort of overhead do you have to keep in place in order to run it as a business?
It's a lot of extra people. And one of the reasons we've been growing recently is to be able to get our dollar volume up where we thought we could afford the extra people to put some of these procedures in place.
Y'all have a CFO, a human resources manager,
A precision ag manager, a quality control manager. A lot of those people are not really directly related in the production part of it, and that means that they're overhead.
So let's talk about technology in the field and what precision agriculture has brought to a large-scale producer such as yourself.
Precision agriculture basically is treating every acre as an individual field and doing things differently on that to get the most production out of it. The GPS, I think, is a big part of what we're doing, but it's really the data we're collecting. You know, I mean, it's just information, and we can collect it in a way that we hope to be able to analyze it better and understand better about what's happening in the field. We have just purchased 20 iPads, and we've distributed them out to our key employees so far. I think it'll eventually be where everybody has them, but we're working with the software company now to help us be able to get a lot of the information from our 4 farms back to the office on a real-time basis.
What are some of the cost advantages that you see or your competitive edge as a large-scale producer?
Well, I mean, I think we get some of the competitive advantages all based on volume purchasing and the amount of inputs and equipment and stuff we use, but I think really our competitive advantage is our people. I mean, we're trying to get specialists in every area that can do a better job than one farmer who farms 2,000 acres trying to do everything himself.
One of these machines, for example, a combine or a sprayer or a cotton picker, what size acreage is that really targeted towards?
Well, a cotton picker is the best example because it takes probably 2,000 to 2,500 acres of cotton to justify a new John Deere cotton picker. You need to be able to run the most efficient, biggest equipment, you need large acres. And that is going to drive consolidation.
What makes a good landowner for you guys long term?
Well, somebody with a long-term focus that understands it's going to take us a while, because we get into situations where we spend the time and effort and money to get a farm in good shape, and then the landlord wants to do something else with it. And that doesn't work very well for us.
What about lease structures? Are there lease structures that you prefer because of that same thing?
I would probably typically want to share some of the risk, and a share rent deal does that. It produces more opportunity for the landowner, but it also has some of the risks go with that.
Where do you see agriculture going in the next 10 years?
Yes, a family, probably 5 years ago, decided that this was the direction we felt like we needed to go to be competitive, because I think there's going to be a major consolidation in row crop farming. And, you know, we hope to be on the leading edge of that. We have, as a family, also decided that we're not going to invest in land. We're going to take our capital and put it into getting our operation bigger and being able to farm large amounts of acreage. And you can't hardly buy land and put the money into land and try to grow your business at the same time. And that's the way we've looked at it and have made the decision that that's what we want to do, because I think there's value in being able to farm large acres.